Do do do. Damn it. Can't get the thing to sit still. Bum, 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 bum. Hang on, I'm trying to get my camera all set up here. Get ready to do an intake manifold job. There we go. Hang on, I found a piece of metal that might work. Nope. But I've got tape. All right. Hello, hello. Do do do. How's everyone doing today? We're doing an intake manifold job. We got a water leak at the front of it. 73 Pontiac Ventura. Motor's still a little hot to be working on. It's just came in. This Pontiac here has got a little water leak at the front of the intake manifold. So I'm going to pull the carb off, pull off the fuel lines. We're going to do the intake job to it. And then it looks like later on today or maybe even next week, we're going to start adding air conditioning to this car. It is a factory air car. A lot of the stuff's still there. But we have to add the compressor, the bracketry, new hoses, all that good stuff. But I do hate working on motors that are still nice and hot, but I'm trying to at least get this water leak solved today. That way, if there's any parts that I need for the air conditioning that are a week or two out, my customer can at least take the car and enjoy it over the weekend. Hot. Got all sorts of good stuff. If you guys like cars, you came to the right spot. I wish I had some better lighting for y'all, but this is what I got. Woo! Hot, hot, hot nuts, hot nuts. Right now I'm pulling off the transmission kickdown cable. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Biggie? How you doing? That good, huh?
Yeah. One thing after another, but you're calling business day, huh?
Oh, it's slammed.
That's not a problem.
Well, what you need? Everything okay on your end of the truck?
Yeah, just to find where that damn leak is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you want to stop on by maybe Tuesday or so?
Yeah, Tuesday. I gotta go down to the Bay Area Monday anyway.
Oh, boy.
Well, yeah.
More driving,
So
huh?
I'm gonna go see the guy about my back.
Shit.
Finally, and then they're gonna give me some shot at the hospital. Some other preventive shot for what's the shot? I can't remember what the shot is. I think where you don't catch something at my age.
Oh, yeah.
You know, another like shingle shot.
Fun getting older, huh?
Yeah, I feel like I had shots last 2 weeks ago, man. My arm was knotted up for like a week and a half.
Shit. Yeah, all those chemicals, man, that stuff's scary.
Why did the guy put a demon carburetor on that? When that looks like it's too good.
It is. It burns a little on the rich side.
So what he's doing is washing out his rings.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah, washing out the rings.
It's a I think it's a 750 or an 800, and this is just a nothing 350 Pontiac. So.
I had my buddy motor built, and fucking dude left a rag in the bottom of the oil pan.
Ooh.
So he made it down the block before he came back, and the rag was wrapped around the crank. cam. And so we had to go to a 402. It's making about 425, 430 horse mildly. But then he goes out and buys this carburetor that was like, I go, what? Who in the hell told you to buy this carburetor? I go, shit, 650.
Ooh.
You got like an 850 on it.
Yeah.
Right? It was washing the rings out. And we changed it, and then I had to change the power valve. But that thing actually selling the truck now. It needs some money.
No.
It's a motor. I mean, bitch, a 396 or 402 motor. But and the thing needs wiring, it needs brakes, it has no vacuum for the brakes. It told me, it's a lot of work, man. And
Yeah.
now you just had another kid, and it's like, you got 3 kids, 2 baby mamas, and you're really starting to pay for it now. Yeah. He's like, I don't make the money to pay for all this shit.
Oh, man.
This sounds nice little truck.
I hate hearing about that. You having to sell your shit.
Yeah, that's a little too big of a carburetor. It's a nice looking ride, man.
She ain't bad. Bought it for a 60-year-old kid.
Some lady did.
He did. Yeah, the wife not so happy about it.
Your father did?
The father did, yeah. He bought it for a 16-year-old. Just got his driver's license last week.
Well, you know what? I mean, hopefully he didn't pay too much.
He did. I think he paid for 12.
This thing,
Yeah, 1,500, 2,500. But, and then call it maybe 14 was a lot.
is the fucking motor stop?
Yep. Started bone stock. But the guy's talking about I'm making the air conditioning work on this thing. And he wants the air to work, which is great, money in my pocket.
Inside's nice.
Yeah, she's pretty nice.
I don't like these tires because they make it ride rough.
It does. Oh, it rides like a ship.
Because there's no rubber.
Yeah. Oh, every bump of the road, you feel it.
Well,
Because these GM cars always drove really good. Until you do that to them.
yeah, you put those tires. That's like my buddy had the baddest. My buddy that passed away a couple months ago. This guy built some nice cars. I told him, I said, hey, dude, like your car that you're doing, don't put those fucking tires in.
No.
He got like 4 sets of rims on the damn thing. It looked great for the shows. It looked great.
Yeah.
But to drive it, and when you went down 101 next to the bay,
Ooh.
it was off.
Yeah, no, that's all
If
we
we had
have.
a pothole, it shattered the rim. And it rode on the cement. And I said, dude, it was a frame off. It's a Nova frame off. And, God, man, it was like one problem after another. I said, finally, you know, boogie, poof, wank it off, and big ass drop. Look, I put tires on it now. Yeah, and he goes, my wife likes it.
Rides a whole lot
I
better.
hope she has the car still, man. That thing was good. I offered him 20 grand.
Oh,
He
shit.
needed a paint job. Got all the body work done, new motor, everything.
Oh, man.
But, dude, you gotta tell him that carburetor, it's too big, man.
It is, man. It's definitely a little much. All right, Cody, I got wrenches here.
You never know, he might just give it to you. Get it up on it.
Exactly.
Those little things are expensive, that carburetor.
Yeah, I'd like to see some black back on top.
Hey, people talk shit about water jets, but I'll tell you what.
They're good when they work good.
I had one in my truck, and then I went to a ZZ430. I bought a crate ZZ430.
Oh,
And the neighbor, the guy down at the corner was a Tom mechanic, and he said, let me do the carburetor. Look at it. I said, can you do it? So I was going to bring the whole these carburetor. He did that thing, and I almost totaled the truck that day.
oh shit.
I fucking stabbed it. He opened up the secondaries, twice as big, and the primaries one step up. And on the freeway, I came around 50 by Coyote Point, almost into the bay.
Ooh. Ooh. Must have been a fun little change your pants after that ride.
Oh, dude, I was figuring I was putting out. The motor made 430, but I had headers, I got a manifold, got everything for performance. I said I was probably making 450, maybe 460 horse, and that thing freaking looped around. Didn't have positives, it had that limited slip crap, and when it kicked in, I almost crashed.
Yeah, the Eaton True Track or whatever it is. The one that grabs at random.
All right, I'll see you Tuesday if you do it.
That sounds good. You guys can give me a call first, see where I am. I might not be here. I don't know where I'll be. So everybody. Sorry for the delay, guys. You know, running a business solo, you're in and out all over the place. Oh, boy. All right, so where was I? Yes, I think I was getting ready to move the fuel line, move some vacuum hoses. I'm probably going to pull the alternator off as well. Yeah, I think we're going to pull the alternator off. Just give you a little more breathing room around it. Luckily, the wire was already loose to the alternator. How about that? This little plug-a-rooney. All right, looks like we need a 1/2 inch and a 9/16. How's everyone doing so far? The chat's a little quiet today. I guess I'm not doing anything too exciting over here. Just another day of turning wrenches on an old car. All right, one more bolt, alternator's coming off. Feels like the car's cooling down okay though. All right. Okay, we got our big alternator bolt out of the way. I should be able to grab this and get it out of there. That is one hot potato. Okay. We're getting there. Move the vacuum advance line. Move all these wires out of the way. What's nice about these Pontiacs, you can leave the distributor in it when you pull the intake. So that is very nice. You might get a pair of dikes and cut some zip ties off this thing. Well, I can't find my dikes, but I did find a pair of scissors that might cut the zip ties. It does. It does cut the zip ties. It cuts them very, very nicely. Zip ties all over the place. Okay. Just a couple little things to move here in a second. Like the temp gauge. last and final is a PCV and upper radiator hose. Then we start getting this intake unbuttoned. All right, looks like we need a 7/16 12 point. Ooh, I'm sorry, it's gonna be smaller than that. Let's try a 3/8 12 point. That's the ticket. Looks like we have that all across the intake. A pair of 9/16 for the thermostat. And we gotta drain a little bit of water out of her. And the petcock works. How about that? It's a bottle of water. All right. We can drain this radiator out some of the way. Don't need to take out all the water. All right. I'm going to give myself a nice little extension and we're ready to pull off this intake. We're almost back, folks. We're almost back. We are back. Oh, death upon you. Hey, man, sorry about the long delay. So I run a business here. You know, I'm solo. And that was my mom. You know how moms are. She brought me a new big quart of buttermilk. It's been so hectic here today, I just haven't had time for lunch. So when she drove by earlier, she saw that. But anyways, what we've got going on here is doing the intake manifold on this thing. Removing it, fixing a little seal at the front. So yeah, I disappear from the camera a lot just because I'm running all over the place, you know. One ship, one captain. I am the captain now. Or however that got said. Ba-ba-ba. Ow. Do 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 do. Nuts and bolts, bolts and nuts. Ow. Man, this stuff is still hot. Customer just drove it like 45 minutes to me. And of course, I'm the idiot taking it apart before it cools off. I should probably put a rag over the intake, huh? It's easy, just don't drop anything. Problem solved. These are some hot boats. Okay, we got to pull off the thermostat housing. I'm going to close the petcock to the radiator. I'm sure that's low enough on water. It's hot. The water is so damn hot. There we go. That's another thing that we're doing too here today is the thermostat in this thing is a 190. I don't like it being that hot, so we're going to change it to a 160 degree. Oh my God! Wow! Fuck, everything's hot still. Oh, there's still a lot of water. I'm making a mess. I'm making a large mess. Man, I just made a huge mess of coolant underneath this thing. That sucks. But at least the fucking thing's empty now, I guess. Yay. Pop the thermostat out of her. There is water everywhere underneath this thing. Hooray! I'm happy. I'm happy. Whee! Can't find myself. There's the socket. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's only 2 more bolts left in the intake, and one at the very front, which we're going to have to use a 7/16 wrench, I think, to get to. Yay, the bolt didn't break. Awesome. Intake should be off in about 3 minutes on this thing. Okay, we're almost there with the intake coming off. Drink up, baby. Okay, it looks like we got 2 more bolts to go. I'm going to remove this big aluminum bracket so I can get to one of the bolts. Ow! Fuck, everything's still hot. Way still hot. Okay, 2 more bolts. Intake is flying off. One more bolt. One more bolt. We can lift the intake off. Yay. Intake. Just one more. It's always just one more. Oh, that one was already completely loose. I don't even need this. All right. I am going to get an air blower and blow all around it. Make sure no rocks or pebbles fall into the intake runners here. Now this is much more up my alley. Pontiac. Okay, the intake manifold is still very hot, so I'm not looking forward to that. Ow. But at least it's an aluminum intake, so it's not very heavy. Ugh. One intake of the manifold. And what was causing our problems here is, oh, I think it's still on the intake. Ow, hot, hot, ow. I'm burning and I'm hurt. There it is. The little O-ring at the front of the intake. Very common Pontiac issue. Sir, it's got a faulty flux capacitor. We need help. Yeah, gasket was smoosherized. These Pontiacs have something kind of cool. Let's see here. These little rings, you put the intake manifold on, and 4 of these little ring things stab through the intake and into the cylinder head to hold the intake gasket right where it needs to. Definitely something I like. The only problem is when you pull the intake, those orange things may fall into the intake runners, so always count and make sure you got all 4 back. One gasket. 2 gaskets. All right. Do-do-do. Doo-doo. Making sure everything goes back the same way. How you doing over there? Groovy, he says. These work out really around higher good. That's exactly right. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. It's from O'Reilly's and it costed way too much. All right, a blade of the razor is what I'm looking for now. So I can clean off what's here. Luckily, the gaskets came off, leaving very little. Always a little bit nerve-wracking using a razor blade on someone's intake. You really don't want to break a piece off or, lose it. All right, the cylinder head mating surfaces are nice and clean. I guess. Oh, the cylinder is coming from them, by the way. I have a credit card that I never use, and so I figured I'd just use that. And so it's working out all well and good. The intake gaskets here, I just got them local. You know, it'd be nice to save a few dollars here and there, but this is kind of one of those last-minute Maydays where the guy wants it tomorrow. And luckily, I had a little bit of availability, still waiting on parts for the other shit I've been working on. Are you talking about these little orange things that pin them in place? So those, let's see, yeah. See how this area has the big hole in it? Some of them are bolt holes, and some of them, they're bolt holes as well, but they're a little bit larger, and these go through the intake and hold it onto the cylinder head. Really cool design that Pontiac has. I think they're all like that. I'm not sure about the pre-63 Pontiac, where the intake manifold was 12 volts versus 10. But all these 60s, 70s Pontiacs, I think they all shared this in common. Or are you seeing the, let's see, I'm trying to see what you're seeing here. Yeah, and the part number, I wound up getting the one that was from Lars or Lars. Forget what the part number was, but it was new with no core. So again, thank you for your help on that, dude. That was way better than I could have done around here. ICT is the man with the plan. He's got that knowledge. I'm just the caveman. Do. A little bit of carb spray. Make sure none of my towel goes down as intake runners. All right. Luckily, you know, when I looked it up, the new one, it was like I think 154 or something like that. They didn't have another option that was like $600, $500, something like that. But the layers seemed to be, you know, a few dollars more and had no core. So I thought that was kind of nice. And it definitely sounds like it, man. You definitely know your shit. Yeah, I'm just the caveman over here. I don't really do too much online as far as shopping and stuff. I mean, the fact that I'm operating on YouTube is usually beyond my abilities. Kind of like with a different language, you know, most of us men, we know just enough of another language to ask for beer and something else. All right, a little bit of sandy paper time. All right. We are looking really good. Now I'm gonna go check out the intake and see how fucked up it is. And it looks, look at that. Intake's actually pretty clean, except for just a little bit of gasket stuff was around the water jacket. That's exactly how I think these Pontiacs should be done. Dry, except for around the water jacket. Do. Move his carbonator. All right. Yeah, we're gonna give this thing a good blowing out now. Look at my air gun. Do. I found my air gun. Sure, that's good and clean enough. All right, time to find some RTV and get these gaskets back on there. Stupid little rubber donut. Yes, we got that one there. This gasket goes over there. Okay, everything matches up good. I'm going to try to find some RTV and move this plug wire out of the way again. Just like that. Just like that, he says. Well, before I get my RTV out and set this intake on, it is time for a treat. And that treat is this fluid I'm holding in my hands. Hell yeah, buttermilk and salt. The buttermilk's been in the freezer for about half an hour. So we pop it open, get a whole bunch of salt. And we give the buttermilk a good shake. If you guys haven't tried buttermilk, man, you are missing out. Got to have it with some salt, sometimes pepper inside too. Need a little more salt. And there we have it. Lunch of champions. Cheers. Hell yeah. Oh, that's good. I was noticing that. Because I do get, well, I have my girlfriend order parts on Amazon. I don't have an account. But sometimes when we do order parts on there, you know, I'll price shop around. And sure as heck, it definitely seems a lot more expensive in some cases than Rock Auto, which surprised me. You know, I thought Amazon would have had at least like the best prices on generic stuff. I did have a customer maybe a year or two ago. He was really pinching pennies. I think he was getting struts for a Subaru Forester or something like that. And Amazon had the Monroes for cheaper than like anywhere else we could find. So I thought that was pretty cool. That was nice. Yeah, I definitely will be shopping there more often, I think, though. Definitely. I had never used it before, and I was surprised at how easy like the checkout was. I was really pleased, man, because I've always hated the online bullshit. I'm terrible at it. Oh, boy. Luckily, those aren't too bad, right, on those trucks? I mean, I've seen some, like the Toyota pickups, you have to, like, bust the upper ball joint. It's just kind of a mess. Not terrible, but... Oh, no, you got to cut those? They're pretty well rusted in place, or is that like a common procedure to cut them? Like, are there... I've seen some cars like where you undo the bolt and it's just pointing at something else. Oh, okay. So you got your hands full then, it sounds like. Yeah, a fun 12 beer job, right? Or if not much into drinking beer, man, I'm telling you. Buttermilk's hella good. Yeah, good old, what, do you use like a sawzall to go through the bolt, like in between the bushing and the mount, or are you going to torch them off? That's always fun. So all the bushing start melting and making that good smell. Ooh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, 300,000 miles, man. Does it have the 4.6, or is it one of those Triton? Do they still have the Triton V10 at that time, or is that too late? 4.6 and the 5.4s, I guess, was like the most common motor in those. Cool, good motors, man. Hella good motors. I just always get nervous about the spark plugs on some of those later model Fords. Yeah, I don't know if it's the 4.6 from that year, but don't some of them have like that 15 millimeter headed spark plug and they're long? For sure. I was surprised, man. My first real experience with a 4.6 was I bought a '02 town car with a bad transmission. Well, I had a 5-speed here from a GT Mustang, so I did a 5-speed conversion on my not Crown Vic. That was a 4-wheel drive swap. I did a 5-speed swap on my town car, and with 410 gears, I was pretty happy with how that 4.6 was. It wasn't fast by any means, but okay, yeah, the 5.4 3-valve. Yeah, I almost don't even do tune-ups on those motors, man. I just don't need that kind of headache. Plus, I always tell people that's like 30 years too new for me. But I guess I should stop being such a wuss. Have them sign a waiver. Hey, if it breaks, it breaks. Tow it out of here. Because ain't no way I'm doing head gaskets and pulling heads on those things. Fuck that. I like to suffer, but there's a certain point. I'll suffer with this shit. Yeah. Which I think Dorman started making those plastic intakes, but I guess they're having some issues with people saying there's a big performance drop. I didn't notice it. My town car and my Crown Vic both needed the intakes. Leaking water at the front corners, I think, is what was happening. So I didn't notice a performance drop when I put the Dorman intake on, but, they were stock. For sure, though. You can't beat OE. That stuff, always better. Lunch is almost over. Dessert is a cigarette. That's right. I remember the Dorman ones where there were threaded inserts. I think were just holes, and they give you new screws just to screw it right into the plastic. I think I remember something like that. Yeah, that was less than good. Yeah, OE having those nice little threaded pressed in pieces, so much nicer. I agree. Yeah, that's definitely a cheap way of doing it. It's here's our slot, buy it. All right, after the buttermilk, it's time for a cigarette, and then slap this intake on there. If I can find some RTV. Ugh. For sure. Yeah. Customers always think they're helping when they bring in their own parts. With you guys, if a customer brings me a part, I always put no warranty on it. If I buy the part, California law states I have to warranty that part for 6 months. Even if it's a used part that I have, anything I install has to be warranted 6 months or more. So I wonder if that's the same for you over there. All right, I'm going to go see if I can find some RTV. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's got to be the best way to do it, you know? Like, even if it's just like a little bit of a side hustle, hey, you know, it's tax-free, you don't got to report it. That's nice. That's definitely nice. Ah, fair enough. Oh, pardon me for a second. I just got a text from the girlfriend. Yeah, my girlfriend, she went to the ER today, some numbness in her foot. And so she just wanted to check that out. And it looks like some kind of nerve in her spine is no good or some of that nature. So luckily it's nothing like, you know, life-threatening or anything. But so I just had to read that text just to make sure that she's all good. If I knew how to reply while I'm alive, I would. But I don't know how to do that. So, yeah. I lost my buttermilk. There it is. All right, we're back with Smart TV. Not a whole lot of it in here, but there's some. Once I get the intake in and tightened, then it's time for a cigarette. I always like to let the RTV dry overnight before putting water in it. I know it's going to be dry pretty quickly because the motor's still pretty warm, but first thing I'm going to do is glue that rubber donut to the front of the intake. And the water jackets. All right, a little RTV on this stuff. So what's funny about these Pontiacs, the intake has a donut on the front and the timing cover kind of meets up to it. You put the intake on, put all your bolts in, and then you have this long bolt that sucks the intake towards the timing cover. Once that's tight, then you finish tightening all your intake bolts. All right, we're hucky-puckied. Alrighty. You know what super helps? If I put the intake gaskets on it. Got everything all glued. Forgot about that part. I was like, hang on a second, something ain't right. Hoo-yah! That's so nice about those little orange plastic things holding the intake gasket right where it needs to. Oh, over. Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm not alone on that one, huh? And these Pontiacs, man, these Pontiacs are so easy. Really good cars. Like, you probably can't see it. Let me see if I can turn. There we go. The distributor's still there. You can leave the distributor in there and pull the intake. On some other Pontiacs, you can actually pull the intake without draining the water because the water crossover is a separate piece. So very, very cool design that these Pontiacs have. And these little plastic plugs hold the intake gasket right where I need it to. Right over the bolt holes, man. It's so nice. I just give them a little whack down with the back of a screwdriver. Okay, a little more hucky-pucky on the water ports. And then we set the intake in place, suck it towards the timing cover. Hoo-yah! Just like that, she is in place. Now I just got to use that long bolt. This one here just falls into a slot in the timing cover and sucks the intake towards it. I like to get this bolt in first and then get all my intake bolts in. All right. Intake voltage. And just like that, intake's back on. Binga, banga, boom. Man, I tell you, that quart of buttermilk inside my gut sure feels a lot heavier when I'm over this core support. All right. I'm going to start snugging them down just a little bit. I'm only going to maybe like 2 foot-pounds right now. And I still have to suck the intake towards the timing cover. All right, now that all the bolts are in, and just about finger tight, a little more, I can take that long bolt and suck down the intake to the timing cover. That bolt in the front only needs to be like 10, 15 foot-pounds. Just enough to squeeze that rubber gasket between the two. And now we can tighten the intake all the way. I'm doing this in 2 steps. I'm tightening the first bolts. The first time around, I'm going to maybe 10 pounds. Let's go. right, I'd say that's about all she gets. That wasn't too bad. Not too bad at all. Yeah, the old one had a good little crack in it. All right. We've earned that cigarette. You know, unfortunately, this guy is not able to pick his car up today. I was kind of hoping just to do the intake, stop the leak, have him enjoy it for the weekend, and then like late next week do the air conditioning shit, because I really don't want to do that air conditioning shit. But it is what it is. Yeah, everything turned out real well. These Pontiac intakes are one of the easiest. Takes like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, you know, if you're like at it the whole time. One carbon of Ralph Nader. Hate that Ralph Nader guy. If you don't like Ralph Nader, raise your hand. All right, bolting down the carbonator. carburetor. Time to get some wrenches on that. All right. It's kind of like an AFB. It's a demon, but it looks a lot like as far as architecture goes. So I'm assuming that they did pretty much copy an AFB. Good eye, man. This one I'd rather put on top. Good old Quadrajet. This one's not a Pontiac one. Pontiac, the fuel exited from the front, not the side, but goddamn those secondaries, man, they're huge. All right, in a minute, I'm going to head out to the parts store, get a 160-degree thermostat for this thing. And being that it's Friday, and my girlfriend's got the day off, I think I might just call it a day and maybe come here in the morning and finish this thing up. All right, PCB, all that good stuff. All right, I'm gonna run my errands. I got some stuff to ship out that's sold on eBay. Probably gonna call it a day now. It's what is it, like 1 o'clock or something here? Yeah, 1:30. It's Friday and I got beer to drink. So, well, car guy, thanks again for joining me. I always appreciate it. You know, it's always fun to talk and have you see what I got going on, man. Plus, you always got those good tips for me that are very helpful. I'm gonna be definitely using. Oh, that's right. You had mentioned yesterday. I didn't write it down because I had to run some errands real quick. I'm gonna get a pencil and paper. You had mentioned a place for I think like servo type stuff. Pretty sure you mentioned that. I'm not sure. On Evil Bay. Sold a steering wheel to a 68 Pontiac. Like an old aluminum beehive oil filter with all the fins and stuff on it. Just some old shit I had laying around the shop. eBay is dead as a doornail, though. It used to be really good, but there's not much traffic. But, you know, sell a few things here and a few things there. It buys steak and potatoes at best. All right, I'm back with pencil and papers. We have Oh, no shit. Okay, cool. Oh, that's neat. So it's Go Build A. Here you go. And then capital. That is too cool. So he's definitely one of those like wizard type people, huh? That is some good resource to know. Well, while I got you on the line, do you have anyone that you know of that does like mail order 3D printing type stuff? I don't know how to write the files, but I found some on like Thingiverse or something like that. And it can move a whole person? Jesus. I mean, I know those dog food bags are big, like what, 60 pounds, 70 pounds? Send print go. Cool. Man, I appreciate it. I'm going to run my errands, do some shipping, and call it a day. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it looks like, you know, when they first came out, I was like, oh, that's hocus pocus, you know. No one's ever going to use 3D printers. Well, I've been looking at the Ender 3. I don't know much about them, but that seems to be pretty well reviewed. Just for like little things, you know. All right, car guy, I appreciate it as always, and you know where I am. I'm easy to find. All right, take it easy, guys.